Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time on this channel, you're welcome. I am A.H.P. I'm an author and I also do business. Now today's video is basically for that part of my channel where we talk about real life issues, okay? And I've been doing, I did a video on how to write your will, okay? Writing your will. So you can watch that after or before you watch this. Um, so I'm just gonna continue from where we left off, which is basically making sure that your will is legally valid. So um, if you are if you've written your will, this is the way to make sure that it's legally valid. Okay, so keep watching this video basically. All right. Um, so make sure your will is legally is make sure your will is legal. Okay, so how you make sure that your will is legally valid is by making sure that you are 18 or over. Okay, for those of you who are in the UK or even outside of the UK, basically when you are in the UK, as soon as you turn 18 years of age, you are considered an adult. Okay, so um so before you write a will, you have to make sure that you are 18 or above 18 years of age. Okay. Um, the second way of making sure that your will is legally valid is by making it voluntarily. Okay, so nobody should force you to write a will, not your family members, not your parents, not your friends, not your spouse. Okay, whether you're married to them or not married to them, you have to do it out of your own will. You have to want it, okay, to do it yourself. You shouldn't be like forced into writing or even coerced into writing a will. Okay. The third way of making your will legally valid is basically you have to be of a sound mind. So if you are in a situation where you're not in a sound mind, whether it's because of a medical condition that has made you unable to make decision in your mind, like mentally, not okay to make decision for yourself, you shouldn't write a will. Or if you have mental health issues that disturbs your ability to even reason for yourself, to do things for yourself, like mentally, you shouldn't write a will. Or if maybe you are intoxicated and you can't reason, you shouldn't write a will. Okay, and so you have to be of a sound mind in order to write a will, because sometimes people get people to write a will or to create legally binding documents when they're not in the when they're not mentally in a place to be able to make those kind of decisions for themselves. And that is why they would they would make sure that you have to be of a sound mind. Okay, number four, the fourth way to make your will legally valid is basically by making it in writing. So you cannot voice record or video record your will. You cannot do that. You basically have to write out your will and type it out, okay, and print it out in paper, onto paper format. You can't film like your will. You can't video your will. You can't do it over the phone. You can't do that. It has to be in writing. Okay. Pardon me. The fifth way to make your will legally valid is by making sure that you sign it in the presence of two witnesses who are both over 18. So two people have to watch you signing your will. Okay, they have to be in the room or they have to be on a video conference call where they can actually see you signing the will. They can actually see the will and they can see you signing the will. Okay. The sixth way of making your will legally valid is by having it signed by your two witnesses. So the same witnesses who watch you sign your will are the same two witnesses that should also sign that copy of the same copy of your will. Okay. They have to, and they have to do it in your presence. You can't give it to them to take it away and sign. No, because you don't know whether they've given it to somebody else. So they have to sign it in your presence, just like you have to sign it in their presence. Okay. And then signing your will can be witnessed both in person, so the two people being in the same room as you when you're signing the document, or and so both in person and remotely. So they can either do it in the same room, okay, or they can do it over a video call, but a video call that where they can see you, okay, and you can see them and they can see your will and you can see, yeah, basically they can see the will, okay, and they can see you and you can see them. All right. The seventh way of making your will legally valid is basically by making sure you have a clear view, okay, of the person and the act of signing, okay. So you have to be in clear view. So they have to see you clearly, whether they're in the room or over the video call, conferencing call, okay. Okay, the eighth way is basically the will maker, you, the person who's made the will, or the person authorized to sign on their behalf. Yeah. And witnesses must sign the same document. So the person who is, you who has made the will, okay, or if it's being done on your behalf, and your witnesses must sign the same document. You and your witnesses must sign the same document, or the person who is signing on your behalf and your witnesses must sign the same document. They can't sign two different documents. Okay. You can only sign remotely if you are in England or Wales. Okay, you can only sign over a video conference if you are in England or Wales. You can't do it anywhere else in the UK. Okay, and then you cannot leave your witnesses, okay, or their married partners anything in your will. You cannot leave anything to your witnesses, the people who have seen you sign your will, or their partners, husband, wife. You can't leave them anything in your will. And I believe this is the reason why. If you are to leave something for them in your will, or leave something in your will for their spouses, guess what? In case it's a murder issue, they'll be investigated because people's motives. Okay, because of people's motives. So that is why the UK will does not allow you to leave anything in your will for your witnesses or for their spouses. Okay. Yeah, people they're married to. Okay, so yeah, you can't do that. So that is it, guys. I shall see you in the next video. where we will be talking about how to update your will. So you've written your will, you've made sure that it's legally valid. How do you update it? So how do you make changes to your will, whether to add or to remove stuff out of your will? How do you do that? Keep an eye out for it in the next video. That is it, guys. I shall see you in the next one. Bye.